For a Republican Party that has already, in essence, confessed it can only succeed if the country fails, this is Christmas in January. Let's turn now to Chris Hayes, Washington editor of The Nation magazine. Good evening, Chris.
Hey there, Keith.
So after giving up every excuse for not wanting to vote for the stimulus plan, House Republicans are now blaming everybody but themselves for the failure of the bill. In some ways, is this as predictable as it is nonsensical?
It's totally predictable. I mean, I kind of wish I'd entered some betting pool in how many House Republican votes there had been a week ago, because you could just see the writing on the wall. I mean, this was obviously never going to go anywhere, and part of that is just structural. I mean, after 2006 and 2008, the people that are left in the House Republican caucus are representing really, really conservative red districts. I mean, these are not people that have to worry that much about their reelection prospects if they do anything but resist President Barack Hussein Obama. So I just don't think that there's a lot of political leverage right there with the House Republican caucus. It's essentially a rump caucus of right-wing zealots at this point. And I know that sounds strong, but it's not really too far from the truth.
But what about the Senate? I mean, the vice president, in conversation with John Harwood today, indicating that there might be concessions and exchanges with the senators in the Republican Party. Why? Why, after this performance from them in Congress, why not tell them to, leave the country if they feel like it?
Well, look, there's a few reasons. I mean, first of all, if the Republicans choose to obstruct via filibuster, the Democrats don't have the votes to win on a straight party line. They're going to need to get one, possibly two votes, depending on who gets seated. So there has to be a little bit of give and take. But I think the important point to stick to here is that bipartisanship is a means to an end. It's not an end in and of itself. So if you can use bipartisan dialogue and back and forth to get to a good bill, and that's fine. And if Republicans have actually legitimately good ideas, that's fine. The reason that it doesn't seem likely is because going to conservatives to have them give you ideas about stimulus is like asking Quakers to draw up your battle plans. I mean, they are just not in any way ideologically predisposed to be productive partners in this discussion.
Was Senator Sessions being at least the most honest of all of them today with that declaration? Don't even bother to pretend to negotiate with the Democrats. Just declare now that you're going to vote against it.
Yeah, he was being honest. And you know what? I actually have respect for the members of the House that represent districts in which the stimulus is not very popular. Large government spending is not very popular, and they themselves don't believe in it. So, sure, vote against it. But the fact of the matter is that's a minority of the country at this point. And this is the way that democracy works in the end, is that the majority ultimately is going to set the agenda. Now, that doesn't mean they need to be shut out. It doesn't mean